Namaste, beautiful yogis, and this is our, let's say, weekly catch up on the Beautiful Yogis group and all that we've been discussing there. So this week, the thing that I kind of noticed and learned from reading your post is that some of you do have anxiety over healthy food or what's healthy, and it's too much on your mind. And the help I can offer you on this particular subject is the reason why you have anxiety is because you are realizing certain things are not as utopic or as pure or as they were supposed to be, or they were, sorry, Sophie's messing with the camera, they're not as clean as they were back in the day and in our dreams. So do we need to learn all we are learning? Absolutely. Do you need to obsess over detail? No. But the thing is, while you're learning, I see how you can feel anxious about things because you're only aware of half-truths, or you only know part of the story. So things seem so overwhelming and you don't know, okay, how come soy is good but this soy is not good, this type of soy is not good, and how come there is a difference between, such a vast difference between organic and non-organic soy and all of that. So all I will tell you is just equip yourself with as much knowledge as you can, and it will be a process of a year or two of learning. And the reason why you need to learn is to protect yourself, to protect your children, and to make the right choices and to support the right causes. You can't just blindly move through life, and ignorance will not protect you. And yeah, maybe it feels at first that it's less anxious to not know anything, but believe me, this is not the way. Nowadays we live in a society where we need to be informed, and information will give you freedom. That has been my mantra since I was a teenager. I always made my choices based on information, and I have always felt free and liberated from acquiring as much knowledge and information as I can. And of course, common sense. Never forget the value of common sense. When, for example, I'll just give you a quick example. When people say, oh, fruit is bad for you and it's sugar, and think to yourself, would you imagine your grandma or great grandma ever saying fruit is bad for you, like fruit is unhealthy? It's so absurd. So your common sense will save you in that one. When someone says fruit is too much sugar, you're like, ooh, okay. And now I'm gonna show you how I shopped for this week, and I'm going to the farmer's market tomorrow as well. So these are not all my groceries, but they're so exciting and so cool. So I'll show you what I bought, and that will give you an example of how you can shop and how you can always be stocked up with beautiful produce, and always prepare ahead of time, knowing that if something starts to go bad on you, you can juice it for the vegetables and you can freeze it for the fruit, and you'll be okay. For how much I only eat fresh produce, for how much produce I eat, I hardly ever waste fruit. I hardly ever throw stuff out because I'm able to basically freeze things if I have to, or to juice them or to cook them. So overall, I barely throw any food out. It happens, and it's okay. When you buy a lot of fresh produce, it's only normal to have to throw some out if you're not perfect with your routine and with how you use your fruit. But overall, it's not that difficult. I'm not the most organized person or anything like this, and I'm kind of managing it just because I know what to buy, and when I buy it, I kind of make sure I eat what I have, and I eat produce anyways. So it works out at the end. Let me show you what I bought today. I walked to the farmer's market, so I walked with all of this, all 20 pounds of this stuff behind me home for 1.5 miles probably. So it was quite a bit of a fun walk in the heat. And I'll go tomorrow for a few more fruits and dates and things like this to another farmer's market, and let's see what I got today. So today I got beautiful Cherimoyas. Cherimoyas are semi-new to me. I've always seen them around, but for some reason I never really quite paid attention to them. I liked Sapote way more. and sapote is actually known as poor man cherimoya. So I never understood why cherimoyas are better than sapotes, and they're pretty soft and ready. I got ones that are ready, and the ones that I can't eat because those are gonna go bad quickly, I will freeze them, and they freeze into custard type of ice cream. They don't form crystals, and they don't form into like a solid icy mass. They freeze really well into a really nice ice cream, and some of them have to still soften like those lighter colors. I got some honey dates. They're fresh and juicy, and I got some, I don't know how you pronounce those. I wanted to get Empress dates, but that's what they had. I got some Deglet, Noor, Douglas, I don't know. You tell me how you pronounce those, but they're very juicy and very fresh. More Cherimoyas, and the darker ones are pretty much ready to go. And this is a funny story here. I dipped into the bread on the way back, but I generally, when I see sourdough that's rustic like this and really dense, you can see how dense this is. When I see bread like this, I get it because it's rare in the States to find rustic and sourdough bread. So I was there at the stand, and he had different varieties, and I couldn't make a decision which one to get. And finally I made the decision, all right, I will get rye and wheat sourdough rustic, but I was debating between a few other breads, so he gave me the second one for free, which is 100% gluten-free buckwheat bread. So this is almost all buckwheat with 5% added other grains to it that are gluten-free. I would assume something like rice and tapioca and the stuff that they add. So this is buckwheat and this is rye, and I tried them obviously while I was walking, and they're so good and sour and rich in flavor. So as you can tell, oh, and let's not forget this. This is sunflower sprouts. They're hard to grow at home because you need soil. Actually, probably that makes them a bit easier in some ways because you can just grow them outside. But they're so delicious. They literally taste like sunflower seeds to me. They're crunchy, tender. Most sprouts are not very tender. They're pretty chewy and they're hard to eat. These are crunchy and tender, and I want to say creamy and fatty in taste. So they're probably much higher in fat, I would assume, than other grains, just because they're so creamy. And here we have a very curious little girl that would like to try them, I'm sure. And that is for today. I will get some more stuff tomorrow. And so back to our discussion. I wanna just kind of repeat myself maybe, but don't get too anxious about learning. Just get excited about learning. You're in a time of your life when things are being revealed to you, or you're learning things about our society and reality that are not ideal, and no society has ever been ideal. So you're just learning to protect yourself and to take a stance in society, and to vote with your dollar, with your money, for what you believe in and what is good for our planet and for your health. So don't get anxious, get excited about it. Enjoy food. I'm a type of person, maybe I come off as a very strict person that never has fun and just eats right and small portions, and that nothing could be further from the truth. I'm a person that if something doesn't feel fun to me, I'm out of there. I'm pretty spoiled that way. I eat first what I consider the most delicious. So I eat my desserts first. I don't do anything people tell me to do unless I rationally and intuitively know I should do it. So I don't follow any type of guidelines. I never follow rules. And I feel pretty free in my routine, even though to some people may seem that because I am choosing not to have fast food or pizza or something like that, that might seem to some people that my life is pretty boring or pretty sad or something like that. To me, I have complete freedom. I feel free and I feel empowered and I feel excited. Do I have any anxiety over food? No, I'm so excited over food. I maybe overindulge in food, but that's just my tip to you. Don't get as long as you eat healthy and clean, you're not gonna gain weight. Your health is gonna benefit from it, and your weight will be always around perfect range, plus minus couple of pounds up or down. It's not a big deal. We're not supposed to be always on like at our perfect weight. Life happens, we have more activity, less activities, more stress, less stress, so don't worry about it. You will just find an equilibrium that will work for you, and that is a happy medium for you. And just get excited over learning and about knowledge and about information, because information is empowerment. And it really will, to me, information is one of the things that not only make me free, but make me ecstatic. So just get excited, keep studying, keep learning, keep reading, and things will get easier. A year from now, you're not gonna be anxious or asking questions about food. You will know the basics and it won't be a big deal. So I hope this helps you a little bit, or at least gives you encouragement to continue what you're doing and to not get too caught up in details. Small details won't matter and won't really change the big outcome of your diet. For example, if you go out every so often and have something at a local place with your friends, as long as you know overall you're on target, small things won't matter. I'm a person that would go to parties and would go to local like for example tonight I will go to a local bar that has live music, and I will have a glass of wine, and I will have probably the Thai salad or with peanuts or something they have there, and I will totally enjoy myself. So, and I love beer. I'm one to really appreciate good Belgium wheat beer, or the more microbrewed. I like things that have personality and flavor. So I'm a person that knows how to enjoy things and knows how to enjoy food and life. And I can assure you, once you kind of learn the basic guidelines, they're not that difficult. Because for me, learning everything I learned took years, because there was less information, and also there was less people with the right resources. There was so much misinformation back then, even from the raw food gurus, that there was misinformation coming from them about the benefits of cacao, how bad fruits are, or how bad grains are, or all this nonsense. So nowadays things are starting, I see that there is more people with common sense in the health food community that are also promoting really have a really sensible advice. And you are lucky, because right now things are getting a bit easier in my mind and from what I can tell. So you are just having the opportunity to learn a lot from just the experience of people that have gone on this route before you and have made a bunch of mistakes, and they can just basically help you so that you don't have to make mistakes, and you can learn pretty quickly and keep your health vibrant. So on that note, I will see you. Probably I will try to upload videos every so often, so we keep in touch and we kind of keep moving as a group and as a community. And I will see you next week with some other tips or with something yoga related. And namaste.